Welcome to Filmwar. Let's cut the shit. This is a movie games podcast, so every second not spent playing movie games is a second wasted. Our contestants will be competing for points in each game. Whoever has the most at the end will be declared our winner. Our prize for today is a VHS copy of 1994 film Forrest Gump. Does that make you guys more thirsty for a win or less?
I'm actually excited about that one.
Okay, today we have Lee. Say hello.
Hi.
Today we have Will. Say hello.
Hello.
Today we have Craig.
Hi there.
I didn't tell you to say hello.
Sorry.
And that's a negative point already.
I have an icebreaker question for you. What movie had a positive impact on your life? Let's start with Lee.
Gummo?
Gummo had a positive
On what
impact.
not to do? What not to do, I guess, you know?
When did you see that film? How old were you?
I was probably like, I don't know, 17, 18 when I saw
That's
that.
a heavy film to see at that age.
Yeah, it's definitely not a date movie.
Yeah. And how did it have a positive impact? Did it show you to like how not to be a person?
I think it was like how real
Right,
it was really weird and out there, but as I got older, you realize like that's kind of par for some people and
Right,
some things.
yeah, of course.
And just avoid doing those things, And
it's a good show you know what to do. Craig, what about you? What movie had a positive impact on your life?
Probably Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's a very commercial film. How did that have a positive impact?
When you're
on
9, when it comes
Okay,
out,
yeah.
and you see it for the first time.
And that's why you became an archaeologist.
Yeah, true.
Cool.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Will, what about you? What's a movie that has a
Well,
positive-
honestly, you kind of, ironically, it's Forrest Gump.
Oh, hey.
So when people ask me like what kind of movie I'd want to make, I always kind of say I want to make Forrest Gump. I want to make something that kind of appeals to most people. But that's a pretty ambitious goal, but it's in today's world. But I think Forrest Gump checks like most of the boxes. Haven't really met someone that doesn't like Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I don't think my brother doesn't really like Forrest Gump for some reason. I don't.
He's just
really
one of those
know why.
haters, huh?
He's just one of those haters. He's been on the show before and is the leading champion as of now.
This game is called Number Feud.
Our first game is Number Feud. You'll each take turns guessing both the production budget and the worldwide gross income of popular films. Whoever is closest to the actual number without going over will receive 1 point each. We follow Price is Right rules. Your first film is from 1939, The Wizard of Oz. Lee, what do you think the budget for Wizard of Oz was?
So this is Price is Right rules?
This is still Price is Right rules. Yeah.
trying to figure in for inflation or deflation going backwards in time.
Right.
I don't know. We'll say 2 million.
2 million.
Those flying monkeys aren't cheap.
Craig, what do you say? Budget of Wizard of Oz.
Back in
1939.
Wow.
Year of our Lord, 1939.
I'll say $4 million.
$4 million. Will, what do you say? Budget of Wizard of Oz.
I'm gonna go lower, much lower. I'm gonna say like 250,000.
250K. Do you guys like Wizard of Oz?
Oh yeah.
Not really.
I like the part where the Scarecrow has a gun that's not explained.
Which character is that?
The Scarecrow.
Wait,
Scarecrow
say
It's
that
like
again?
after they leave. Yeah, it was edited out, I guess. Like the scene where he gets, because after they meet the wizard and they leave, there's just there's like a close up shot of the like 4 of them, and the Scarecrow has a revolver in his hand, and they just like edited it out.
What was the point? Like, where did the revolver come from?
Well, they all got like something from the wizard, right?
Oh, right. Everyone remembers that the Scarecrow got a revolver at the end of the movie.
But they cut it out.
That's a
Go
twist.
look at
I'm
it.
gonna have to look that up. Yeah. That's
Oh,
cool.
yeah, for sure I'm going to be looking that up.
I love the one it goes from like black and white to color. That's the
Right,
money
yeah,
shot. You know.
For sure. Lee gets a point. The budget was $2.7 million.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That's got to be like one of the most expensive movies like back then for sure.
Well, I'm sure they had to like take into consideration, like, okay, we got to think about color now. Like,
Yeah, you're right. Color probably was very expensive to get that stock.
Today's money, it's probably $2 billion.
Yeah,
right?
it's ridiculous.
Inflation. Will, how much do you think Wizard of Oz made globally in the theaters?
Globally, good lord.
Does that include today?
Yeah, and I think so. I believe so. I don't know. I should have just said I don't
Should
know.
have
I have
said
no
when it
idea.
was updated.
These are all
Where are you
numbers.
getting
This
this
is
from?
all from IMDb.
IMDb.
Yeah.
Let's say. So it costs 2.1 million.
2.7.
2.7. Let's go with 100 million.
100 million. Craig, what do you say? How much do you think it made?
I'll say 58.5.
58.
I like the
We're
exactness.
just going to do 58.
Oh, okay.
We're just going to do whole numbers.
Fine.
Now, this is the closest, or this is the closest without going over?
Without going over.
$1.
$1.
Price is wrong.
Lee gets another point. It was only $5.6 million.
Ouch.
What?
So I have to assume it was just the initial theatrical release.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, movie tickets cost like a nickel, so that's
Right.
a lot of
it's
nickels.
It's a lot of nickels.
You're right.
But they keep showing it though, so I thought
There
maybe-
was a bunch of re-releases,
Right.
so that's why I was kind of hoping.
How
it'd
do you
be a
guys
bigger
feel
number.
about the remake? Or not the remake, but the prequel remake, the one with James
It was
Franco?
dumb.
It was dumb.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
I like
Did you see it?
I didn't see that.
Right.
I like the sequel because it's just creepy and dark and
Oh,
Gives you the
Return to
feels.
Oz? Is that what
Yeah.
it's called? Yeah.
there's like those monkeys on
Oh,
roller
yeah,
skates.
yeah,
then.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
creepy.
Yeah, that one is certainly creepy. 2 questions have been asked, and Lee has 2 points.
There we go.
Congratulations.
The next film is from 1982, Blade Runner, the original. Craig, how much do you think it cost to make Blade Runner in 1982?
14 million.
$14 million, Craig says. Will, what do you think?
1982. Let's go with 18 million.
18 million. And Lee, what do you say?
Craig, I was gonna say, I can't remember the number you said, but I was gonna say that.
Craig said 14, Will said 18.
I'll go 10.
10 million. Will takes it. It was $20 million to make Blade Runner.
Wow.
It seems pretty expensive.
Well, all the different edits you have to make with that they made with it, you know.
Sure.
I mean, it's a very, it's a technical marvel for the time.
Right. No, I
Yeah,
remember that. I
for
just,
sure.
well, I wasn't alive then, but I know that's what they said.
Rub it in.
Craig, you saw Wizard of Oz in theaters during the official
did.
run, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Right.
Horse-drawn carriage took me there.
Did you cosplay as like the Scarecrow or something?
We didn't have that back then.
Yeah, cosplay wasn't around until the 2000s. Lee, what do you think it took in at the box office globally? Blade Runner.
Blade
1982.
Runner? You said the budget was 20 million.
$20 million.
Let's say 200 million.
$200 million.
That's probably too
coming
much.
in strong. Will, what do you say? How much did Blade Runner make?
Let's say 81 million.
$81 million. Craig, do you know the rules to Price is Right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do $1.
$1.
You guys.
Bob
making it-
Barker, Price
Craig,
is Right.
Craig gets the point. It was $41 million.
You fed him that one.
I did.
How much was it?
41 million.
41.
Yeah, so both Lee and Will went over. Okay, 2017 is the year of your next film, and that film is Blade Runner 2049. Will, how much do you think the budget for Blade Runner 2049 is? The budget for the original Blade Runner was 20 million.
I'm guessing 133 million.
133
I know it
million
was
dollars.
ridiculous.
Lee, what do you think?
I'm going to say, let's do 80 million.
$80 million. Craig, what do you say? How much did it cost to make Blade Runner 2049?
I think it's in between that, so I'm gonna say 81 million.
$81 million.
Not 80 million and $1.
No.
Have you guys seen the sequel, 2049?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. Did you?
It's beautiful. The colors.
Do you like
and
the
everything.
original?
Yeah, it took me a while to get through it, but now as it when I went back and watched it when the
new one came
out,
Yeah.
it definitely hit different.
Right. Cool. Will gets a point there. The budget was $150 million. Took a lot of money to make that.
Yeah, I remember it being a lot. It didn't do bad, but it made its money back. But it didn't do good. If I like
Well, that's
for the amount of
that's the next question.
Okay,
for
let's-
you.
Keep talking and tell us how much
Thank
it
you for
was.
the tip.
dang it, I'll go last.
All right, Craig. How much do you think Blade Runner 2049 brought in globally in the box office?
175 million.
$175 million. Lee, what do you think?
I'll say $250 million.
$250 million.
Your
And
favorite
Will,
number.
I
what do you
want to
think?
say one, but I think that I'm gonna say 251 million.
$251 million.
Come on, big money.
And Will gets the point. It was $259 million.
Oh wow, that was closely.
It was close. Yeah, I thought Lee was going to take it, but then Will comes in and undercut him.
I about said one, but you guys were. I knew you guys were close. So
Okay, the next film is from 2008, Hancock. You guys seen it? Will Smith, Jason
Oh,
Bateman,
yeah.
and Charlize Theron.
Most of
sadly, it's so bad.
You don't like it?
I loved it before I went to film school, and then after a while film school, I'm like, everything about this is just super cheesy.
It's very silly in the second half.
It's super silly.
I like the first half movie, which I think is the general consensus of most people. They like the superhero bar, but then when it starts getting to like the personal drama, yeah.
Yeah, it
Falls
doesn't play
apart.
well.
So, Lee, how much do you think it cost to make that movie that not one of the four of us liked?
What year was it again?
2008.
2008. He's got Will Smith
And he was pretty
special
hot back
effects.
then.
Yeah, it's a pretty big movie.
Let's say $100 million.
$100 million. Craig, what do you say?
I will say 165 million.
165 million. And Will?
2007?
2008.
8. Let's just go lower and say 75 million.
$75 million. Lee gets the point. Craig went over. It's $150 million.
Oh.
Wow. God, what an expensive mediocre movie.
Yeah, just so you know, I only saw
Technicalities.
the first third of it.
Right. Well, yeah. So
The
I'm surprised you didn't
matters.
like it then because you saw the first third. The first third was pretty good.
I think it's just drunk,
Yeah,
superpowered
drunk
Will
superhero.
Smith.
Yep,
You know,
for sure. All right. How much did it bring in, Will, globally? Shoot for the stars here. Why don't you?
Is that a clue?
I'd say that's a clue.
All right, so let's go 300 million.
$300 million, Will says. Craig, what do you say?
I was going to say they brought
Wow.
in the red.
I'll say 210.
210 million US dollars. Lee, what do you say?
if it was really bad, is it like celery, where like celery has negative calories? Like it would.
No, it was not a negative number. No.
Okay.
You can guess negatives if you'd like. I kind
they,
of just gave
they
away
had to
that
pay
it's-
out people
right,
to
yeah.
watch it.
There was a lawsuit, a class action lawsuit, and they had to pay everybody for their ticket of their movie or their ticket.
I'm gonna go $1.
Lee says $1. That movie brought in $629 million.
What?
Will gets a point.
bad.
What?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's
$629 million. You'd
That's
think
incredible.
with a $150 million budget, $629 million gross, you'd think they'd make a sequel.
Yeah,
You
thank
think.
God they didn't.
Yeah.
Thank God they didn't.
It would have been definitely in the red, the sequel. There's no way.
I never would have guessed that.
Me neither.
Direct that.
Thanks for the
Peter
tip.
Weir?
Right?
All right, your next film is a film I know you all love, 1991, T2, Judgment Day.
Mm.
Craig, how much do you think it cost to make T2, Judgment Day in 1991 dollars?
It was a big one. I'll say 185 million.
$185 million, which is the highest you've said thus far.
Thank you.
Will, what do you think? How much do you think it cost to make T2, Judgment Day?
What you two?
And please say it in an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice when you answer.
Hold on here. That's going to be difficult.
All right,
I,
that's just a number.
I think you're right, though. I think it is going to be a lot, but I want to say a little less. So let's say $160 million.
$160 million.
That was bad.
It's like
I didn't hear
Schwarzenegger and Scarface.
Lee, what do you think it cost
Yeah, I
to make
needed to be
T2
more
Judgment
nasally.
Day?
Um,
I'm sucking at breath.
what would you say, Craig?
I'm not telling you.
Craig said $185 million. Will said 160.
I know like the first one was like not that much,
Right, yeah. The first one was a much lower budget.
But
The guy turns to liquid, remember?
Yeah.
That's true.
Those were pretty sweet.
Revolutionary for
ILM,
the time.
right?
Yeah, it was ILM, yeah.
okay, ooh, that's expensive, Lucas. I'll say I'll just go 100 million.
100?
I'm sorry. I go $100 million
Oh, dude, that's a point right
Yeah,
there.
that was good.
into the chopper.
And you get the point for it. It was $102 million.
Wow.
Well done.
That's
Lee, how much do you think it made
Um,
in the world?
in the world,
Do you think it was popular?
like
overseas?
this is just film sales,
This is theatrical.
theatrical
Yes.
sales. Okay, I'm gonna say like $325 million.
$325 million, Lee says. Will, what do you say?
And Hancock made freaking 600 million.
right.
Yeah, so let's go with...
27 years later.
But yeah, it was.
Okay, fair enough.
Craig, you better be thinking. I hope you got a number ready. Just wait on Will here.
Let's go with 100 and... No. 222 million.
$222 million. Why did you choose that number?
I like twos.
It's like twos. Okay. Craig, what do you
I
think?
like series of threes in the number, so...
There's no threes in that number.
Well, it's a series of three.
Okay, I see. Craig, what do you think? How much do you think it made?
325.
That's what Lee said.
326.
$326 million.
You dick.
It worked for him because he just got a point. The gross was $521 million.
Wow.
Dang.
All right, we've got one more movie to do here. 1979. Can you guess what movie it is? If anyone guesses the movie right now, I'll give you a point.
Alien.
Alien is incorrect.
Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now is correct. Craig is
Damn.
Well done. Well done.
Will, how much do you think it cost to make Apocalypse Now? Very troubled production.
Yeah, it took a long
I
time.
want to take that into consideration with your answer.
A lot of Marlon Brando.
A lot of Martin
Yeah.
Brando. A lot of
He was
Martin
the most
Sheen.
expensive too, wasn't
Oh,
he?
I'm 100% sure of that.
Martin Sheen had a heart attack on, I believe, day one of filming.
Did he?
Whoa.
Yeah.
All that sheen he's been putting up his
Yeah.
nose.
Martin Sheen, are you a cocaine?
He's
Will
one,
thinks you are.
How about,
Allegedly.
he punched the mirror, right?
Yeah, that's
and that was
that
real.
scene's pretty
yeah,
cool.
that scene is when he had the heart attack. He
Oh,
was
really?
drunk and he was filming that scene. He punched the mirror and then he ended up having a heart attack directly after that.
Wow. So that was the first scene they filmed? That's
That's
kind
the
of
first scene they filmed.
a weird place to start.
Cut shit.
Yeah.
How about 150 million?
$150 million, Will says it took to make Apocalypse Now. Well, Lee, what do you say?
I want to say 400, but I'm going to say 300.
This is the budget.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
But that it took to make the film.
Yes.
Because it was an actual war zone
Yeah.
that they were filming in too.
Yep.
So
Wait,
like,
what?
yeah, they were actually
They were using helicopters from the forces that needed them, and various times through filming, the army had to take the helicopters away from filming to go fight and then bring
You've
them
got to
back.
be shitting me. I did not know that.
Have you ever seen Hearts of Darkness, the documentary about it?
I think I have.
It is
I feel like
fantastic.
Isn't that a Werner Herzog one?
No. It was made during the filming of it, but it
then
wasn't
I don't
by
think I've seen
Herzog.
it.
It's included on most DVD and Blu-ray releases. You should see it. It's a fantastic film. Lee,
and this is in 1979.
1979.
Um,
Actually, I guess it would have been a couple years before when they made it. So, and if those 2-3 years might change your answer,
Because the war ended in 75.
we're sentenced in 75.
I'm gonna go with I'll go with 250 million.
250 million. Craig, were you in Vietnam?
No, I would just miss the draft.
Okay.
This is to make the movie, right?
This is just to make.
I'm gonna
the
say
movie.
$1. I think they
$1.
went way over.
Craig, that's a very smart move because it was $31.5 million to make
Really?
it.
Yeah.
Dang.
When you guys start saying hundreds, I even tried to give you an out. You said
Yeah.
like 300. I was like, man, it's just
Yeah, it's like, pull it in, reel it in.
okay. The
It
how
seems
much?
kind of cheap though for like what they went through. But
Yeah, it does. But they were in a foreign country filming most of the time, so
so
you
they're
know,
getting half rates.
Yeah,
And it was 79
Yeah.
in the 70s.
70s,
True.
70s.
Very true.
Okay, Craig, how much do you think Apocalypse Now brought in theatrically? Globally?
$1 billion.
I would say like 89 million.
$89 million. Lee, what do you say?
He's gonna say like 700,000 million trillion.
Is that your answer?
I'm gonna do 89 million and $1.
Do whole numbers. You're saying 90 then?
Sure.
90.
We'll do 90. Yeah.
Lee says 90 million.
Right back at you, Craig.
Will, what do you
I
say?
hope it's 89 on the dot.
It's 89,999.
Oh man, I want to say it made more than both those, so I'm gonna go with 91 million.
$91 million, Will said. You guys are not going to believe this. It was $92 million. Will gets a point.
What? They all just jumped off me.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, you had
Thanks,
the,
Craig.
Using that wisdom.
You set the bar.
I usually do.
This game is called high and low.
You'll each be guessing whether the average rating for a film on Letterboxd is higher or lower than 3.5 stars. You'll each have a chance to guess, and you could all receive points for each film. 3.5 stars is the line for every question. Lee, do you want a film from 1993 or 2001?
I'll do 93.
93. Your film is The Sandlot. Do you think it's higher or lower than 3.5 stars?
I'd say higher.
Craig, what do you say? Higher or lower?
Lower.
Lower?
This is probably one of them dirty 3.4s. I'm gonna go lower.
Will goes lower. It was higher. 3.7. Lee gets a point.
Wow.
You killed me,
job, Lee.
Smalls.
Yeah.
Okay, Craig, do you want a film from 2001 or 1987?
87.
1987. The film is Predator, the original. Do you think it's higher or lower than 3.5 stars?
Can be kind of snobby on those reviews, so
Yeah.
I'll say lower.
Craig says lower. Will, what do you say?
I'm gonna go higher.
Higher? Lee, what do you say?
I'm gonna go. I'll go higher.
Higher? It was higher. 3.8 stars. Will and Lee get a point.
Apparently, I'm bad at this game.
He usually throws some curveballs.
Oh yeah,
So-
these. I mean, that's the whole point of this podcast. Is throwing us curveballs.
fair enough.
Okay. Will, do you want a film from 2001 or 1990?
Let's do 2001.
2001, your film is Shrek, the original. Do you think it's higher or lower than 3.5 stars?
This has got to be one of the dirty 3.4s. Lower.
Lee, what do you say?
Higher.
Craig, what do you say?
Higher.
Lee and Craig get a point. It was 4 stars.
Yeah.
People
Love
Shrek
love
is the best.
Shrek.
It really
They
is good.
love it because it's to the kids and they're making dick jokes.
Yeah,
I was
about
hoping it
Farquaad.
was one of those curveballs. Womp womp.
My niece was just in the local presentation of Shrek the Musical. You guys ever seen that? It was
Yeah, I had a
actually,
friend.
I hate Shrek. I
I
really
had a
dislike
friend.
Shrek. And I know I just lost a lot of listeners saying that. But my niece in it was fantastic. It really was. Even like the kid that played Lord Farquaad was amazing.
Nice.
Just a little tidbit.
It probably is better as a theatrical.
Yeah,
than
it
is
is.
the movie
It
itself.
is. Well, I think also having other people to laugh along with
Right.
also helps. Like, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but sometimes I feel like a film is funnier in the theater because I have other people laughing with me.
Sure.
Right.
You know, it's almost like you get a social cue to laugh at times.
Right, yeah.
Even if it's a joke you wouldn't laugh at home, you laugh because other people are laughing. You
Austin
agree?
Powers is the perfect
Austin
example
Powers.
of that.
Not a fan of Austin Powers.
Oh, I loved it.
Okay,
But-
but you think it was funnier because
Yes.
you saw it in theater?
Yeah.
Right. Lee, do you want a film from 1990 or 1982?
Let's go. Let's go Craig style, 82.
There you go.
1982. The film is 48 Hours. Nick Nolte, Eddie Murphy. Do you think it's higher or lower than 3.5 stars?
Oh, people loved Eddie Murphy. Is that? I'd be curious if it's before or after. I'm going to go higher.
Higher? Craig, what do you say?
Higher.
Okay. Will, what do you say?
What's the score here on the what are we
The
at?
score is Lee has 7, Craig has 5, you have 6.
All right. For the sake of not falling behind, let's go with higher.
Higher? You should have gone low. It was 2.5. Nobody gets a point.
2.5?
3.4.
Oh.
It was the banana.
That was one of those 3.4 curveballs, guys.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yep. Okay, Craig, do you want a film from
I
19...
did that in my last game and could have got a point as well. You know,
Yeah,
I'm not,
and you
my gut is-
you did not learn your lesson.
I didn't.
Craig, do you want a film from 1990 or 2008?
90.
1990. That film is your personal favorite, Pretty Woman. Do you think Pretty Woman is...
I like Pretty Woman.
Do you think Pretty Woman is rated higher or lower than 3.5 stars on Letterboxd?
Oh gosh.
Higher.
Okay, Lee, what do you say?
For the content of it, I'll say higher.
Okay, and Will, what do you say?
Lower.
Craig and Lee get a point. It's 3.6 stars.
Oh, I don't know what you mean by the content of it. Because she's a hooker?
The redemption of a hooker to high class. I honestly, I just seen the scene where she goes to grab the necklace and she snaps it because that
Right.
wasn't.
The iconic moment from that.
Yeah.
You haven't seen that movie?
No.
Plays on TV all the time too.
Yeah, it is.
I got
Jason
kids, dude.
Alexander's in it. It's pretty funny. I saw
not
that
bad.
movie way too young for what I should have been watching that film. Which has, I think, certainly changed my taste in film and women.
That's hilarious.
I don't know what to take from that.
I go through a lot of prostates, Craig. is what I'm
All
trying to say. Will, do you want a film from 2008 or 1985?
Let's go 85.
1985. That film is Witness.
I'm
You ever
not
seen
familiar
it?
with that one.
It's Harrison Ford. He's trying to protect a young Amish boy so he can testify at trial, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, correct. Craig, thank you.
Um,
You don't know it, so
let's just go lower.
lower. Okay, Craig, what
Stay
do
on
you
the low
say?
train there.
I will also say lower.
Craig says low. Lee, what do you say?
Lower than a barn that's not been raised.
It was higher, 3.6. Nobody gets a point.
Wow.
Okay, this will be the last one we play of this. Lee, do you want a film from 2008 or 2003?
I'll do 2008.
2008. Your film is Taken, Liam Neeson vehicle. Do you think it was higher or lower than 3.5 stars on Letterboxd?
Liam Neeson's.
Liam's Neeson's.
Since it's the first one, I will say higher.
High. Craig, what do you say?
I'll say lower.
Lower. And Will, what do you say?
I am going to side with Lee on this one. I think the first one was hopefully rated higher.
It was not. 3.4 stars. Craig gets a point.
Dang.
Womp womp.
All those snobs.
Yeah, bringing them down.
Yep.
Honestly, the movie, I liked it, but it's I don't know. It's just I don't like it that much now that I've watched it again, and especially the isn't there like a third one now?
Yeah, there's
There's like
3.
18 of them, I think.
Yeah. It's like, good Lord.
Yeah.
Don't leave the country.
Right. Yeah. So have you ever seen, I'm sure some of you guys have seen this, the editing in the third one of him trying to jump over a fence?
Oh, yeah. There's like 12 cuts of him.
It's
just
more
trying
than
to
that.
jump.
I think it's like 30 cuts within the
What?
span of like 5 seconds. It's him, like, I think he's running he's at like an airport, I believe, and he's running. He's trying to get over a chain link fence, and they cut like every 10 frames to a new shot of him jumping over this fence. If you get a chance, look it up.
I'm gonna have to check it out. It sounds awful.
One of the worst editing I've ever seen. All right, at the end of that game, Lee has 8, Craig has 7, Will has 6. Will is the only person that's played this game before. By the way,
how did I go down in that?
You didn't get any points that time.
I didn't.
No. Oh, you got one for Predator. So you had 5 to begin with. You got 6 now.
Okay. Are you sure I had 5 to begin with?
Oh, man, he's questioning.
Are you sure about that?
We're gonna have to go back to the playbook here.
You know what? If you do a really good Liam Neeson impression right now, I'll give you an extra point.
But he's in Scarface.
But he's in Scar.
If you don't give me this point, I'm gonna find you.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna kill you.
I need
Don't
Liam,
whisper into
I need
the mic.
Liam Neeson doing Tony Montana from Scarface.
If you don't give me this point, I'm gonna shove my nose in a pile of cocaine right now.
Will gets a point.
Wow.
I do get points for comedy on this show, just so you know.
By the way, thank you for the pile of cocaine that's right here. for us to do
It's
that.
the communal coke
complimentary.
pile, yeah, of course.
Good lord.
This game is called the Imposter.
This game is called The Imposter. I'll be naming a film and 3 actors. 2 of the named actors are actually in the stated film, but the third actor is not. It's up to you to figure out who's the imposter of each group. You will each get your own individual questions. Who would like to go first? Whoever says first goes.
First,
Lee gets the first question. Do you want a film from 1993 or 2010?
2010.
2010. The film is Machete. Danny Trejo. Have you
Sweet.
seen it? Okay.
I like that movie.
Here's your cast. Remember, I'm looking for the one that wasn't in the film.
Okay.
Okay. Your cast is Antonio Banderas, Steven Seagal, and Lindsay Lohan.
Okay.
Antonio Banderas, Steven Seagal, Lindsay Lohan.
I know Lindsay Lohan was in it, so it's
Okay.
between Steven Seagal and Antonio Banderas. You know, I'm just gonna say Steven Seagal was not in it because I know he's incredibly hard to work with, and Antonio Banderas just seems like he would be cool. He's the bee, the nasal bee. He'd do it.
Oh, right. Unfortunately for you, Antonio Banderas is too nice to be in Machete. He was not in that film.
Steven Seagal was in it.
Steven Seagal was in that film.
I don't think I've seen it. I know.
I don't think I've seen it either.
I know the film, but
There's a sequel too. I think Machete Kills. I haven't seen the second one.
anyway.
Okay, Craig, do you want a film from 1993 or 2001?
93.
93. Your film is Dazed and Confused. A film
Nice.
You probably know very well.
I do.
Okay, so pay attention. Here's your cast. Renee Zellweger, Jeremy London, Ben Affleck.
Jeremy London.
Correct. Who was in that film?
Huh?
Who was in that film?
Ben Affleck.
No. Okay. I put Jeremy London in because his brother Jason London was actually in the film. Good job, Craig. Thanks for seeing through my ruse.
Of course, when you said it, I thought you meant Jeremy Piven. That's who I thought of. So you're welcome.
So you just got it by happenstance.
By being old and senile. Yes.
Okay. Will, do you want a film from 2001 or 2011?
Let's go with 2011.
2011. Your film is J. Edgar.
Oh shoot! I don't know
seen
this
it?
one. Nope.
It's Clint Eastwood directed. Leonardo DiCaprio plays J. Edgar Hoover.
So Leo,
Okay, wow.
Leo's in it.
Leo is in it. He's in it.
So
All right,
I hope
Jedi
that's one
mind
of the
trick.
3.
All right, here are your 3 actors. Remember, I'm looking for the one who was not in it.
Okay.
John Hamm, Stephen Root, Adam Driver.
Shoot. Just pulling from a hat here. I haven't seen it. Let's go with John Hamm.
John Hamm is correct. You get a point.
Right on.
Wow.
Man,
Lee, do you want a film from 2001 or 2011?
let's just do 2011.
2011. Your film is Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Don't laugh at me, Craig. Okay,
Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Okay.
Now, you are a father. I assume you may have seen this film?
I've seen part of it. Yeah, I mean it's
Okay.
penguins.
Is it
and
the Jim Carrey?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's the Jim Carrey
Okay.
one.
I was trying not to say Jim Carrey, so
Right,
he was
just in
like,
case,
so
yeah.
he'd be like, "Oh, you might not
I'm
know."
not okay. I'm not going to use the
Thanks, Will.
stars of the films. Okay, your cast is Jeffrey Tambor, Angela Lansbury, Danny DeVito.
Oh, I don't know. I just know Jim Carrey's in it, and there's penguins.
So take a guess. You got a 1-3 shot. Jeffrey Tambor, Angela Lansbury, Danny DeVito.
I feel, I would want Danny DeVito to be in it because he played the penguin. I feel like that would be a good funny nod because it's a kid and it would reach the parents. I'm gonna say it's probably wrong, but I'm gonna say Angela Lansbury.
Unfortunately, Danny DeVito was not in that film. The reason why I put him in that group is because he played the penguin.
I would have thought he would have been in there too. I can't even remember
It's
the
a
movie.
red herring.
It is
Penguins probably like
It's
those.
a red herring. It's a little trap I set for you.
Well
All right,
done.
Craig, do you want 2001 or 2005?
5.
2005. The film is The 40-Year-Old Virgin. Have you seen it?
Lived it.
Lived. How unfortunate for you. Jonah Hill, Jason Segel, Mindy Kaling. 4-Year-Old Virgin, Jonah Hill, Jason Segel, Mindy Kaling.
I'm going to say, they all could be in it.
Yeah, that's kind of the point of the game.
Yeah. I'm going to say Jason Segel.
That's correct. Craig gets a point.
Damn.
Jason Segel was not in that film. He was in almost every other Apatow film
Right.
afterwards, but no, not in that one. All right, Will, you're kind of down here. You need to come back.
Yeah, let's do
You
it.
need to get this one right.
Let's
Do you
do
want
it.
a film from 2001 or 1988?
2001.
2001, your film is Joe Dirt.
All right.
Ooh.
Your cast is Kevin Nealon, Rob Schneider, Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller.
Incorrect. It was Rob Schneider.
Oh, really?
Rob Schneider.
Dennis Miller is the radio DJ, right?
Oh, shit.
Will did not receive a point there.
It's a movie I've never seen, by the way.
You've never seen
John
Joe Dirt?
Hamm point.
Joe Dirt's
You know, you-
really
Joe
good.
Hamm got point.
Joe Dirt 2, not really good.
I
Really
never
not
saw it,
good.
but I heard it. Yeah, I didn't hear good things.
Cash grab.
I don't even can't really say I like the first one. I was younger when it came out, so I obviously watched it a lot. So, all right, Lee, do you want a film from 1988 or 1982?
Can I do? I'll do 1988.
1988. Your film is Coming to America.
Yes.
Great film. Just had a sequel here in the past year or so. Did you guys see that?
I saw it.
Yeah, did you like it?
It's not too bad.
Yeah, I didn't
lot
think it
of
was too bad.
Throwbacks, and it's a similar vein.
Yeah, so often the films from a long time ago, they have a sequel 30 years later. It's never that good, but I thought that one kind of held up on its own.
Yeah, the plot was whatever, but it was good. It was fun to watch.
We are not talking about the sequel. We're talking about the original. Here's your
The
cast.
original.
David Allen Greer, Cuba Gooding Jr., Samuel L. Jackson.
You said David Allen Greer.
David Allen Greer.
David Allen Greer.
That's correct. He gets a point.
Because there's Cuba Gooding Jr. is in the chair,
Yep.
and then who was the other one?
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel
plays-
Jackson. He robs.
Yes.
Was that
Okay,
one of
yeah,
his
yeah.
first motherfuckers?
Yeah, it might have been.
That's awesome.
That's fun. Louis Anderson couldn't handle that.
R.I.P. Louis Anderson.
Right.
Craig, do you want a film from 1982 or 1988? And you're not only choosing for yourself, you're choosing for Will here too.
Wait, what?
Whichever one you don't choose, Will gets. So 1982 or 1988.
I'm going 88 because he won't know the older.
Smart move.
Well, Shay, that was friendly of you.
Your film is Scrooged.
Nice.
Well, my favorite Christmas movie.
It is. One of mine, too.
Your cast is Robert Goulet, Lee Majors, Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck is correct at this point.
Robert Goulet is in the commercial.
Yeah, he's
For, Scrooge.
He's paddling down the
swamp.
Yeah, the swamp.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Lee Majors plays himself, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saving Santa Claus in a fake movie.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Will. Your film is from 1982, and it is Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, it's a good
Okay.
one. I love that movie.
Here's your cast: Nicolas Cage, Eric Stoltz, Bill Paxton.
Eric Stoltz.
Incorrect. It's Bill Paxton.
Is it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Craig
that.
knew that.
So-
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Right. I think that's the only 80s movie Bill Paxton wasn't in.
Might have
He
been.
wasn't in any of them. Coming out of that game, Craig has taken the lead. 10 points. Lee has 9. Will has 8. So 10, 9, 8. You guys are all still in it.
Good job, Craig. Good job, Craig.
This might be one of the better groups that has kept it even the longest. Good job, guys. I'm proud of you.
We like to build suspense. That's
Yeah.
what we do.
Drum roll, please.
This game is called Meetings and Failures and Meetings.
This is Meetings and Failures and Meetings. It is named that because of the title that the 2003 film Lost in Translation was released as in Portugal. I'll be telling you the title of a popular film, but it will be the name it was released as in another country. You have to guess which movie it is. You can all answer whenever you want, so just yell it out as soon as you know it. There's no demerit for wrong answers. Will, do you want a film from 1997 or 1999?
97.
What 1997 film was released in China with the title His Great Device Makes Him Famous?
Inspector Gadget.
Incorrect.
The Mask.
Incorrect. His Great Device Makes Him Famous. 1997. China.
Aviator.
Incorrect.
The Rocketeer.
Incorrect. 1997.
97.
Flubber.
Flubber's incorrect. That 1997 film was Boogie Nights.
Really?
His great device.
His giant penis made him famous.
That's awesome.
Never in a million years.
I've never called it a device before. I know what I'm going to call it. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, baby, you want to see my device? My device is so hard for you. Come on, baby, suck that device.
Okay.
Craig, do you want... Something's wrong with my device. Craig, do you want a film from 1999 or 2015?
99.
99. What 1999 film was released in France with the title The Young People Who Traverse Dimensions While Wearing Sunglasses?
Power Rangers.
Incorrect.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Incorrect. 1999.
Men in Black.
Incorrect. The Young People Who Traverse Dimensions While Wearing Sunglasses.
Spy Kids.
Incorrect.
Traverse Dimensions.
Clock Stoppers.
Incorrect. Good guess, though. All right.
Weird.
It's a huge film. What's the biggest film from 1999?
Oh, of course. It's
Say the title one more time, please.
Title is The Young People Who Traverse Dimensions While Wearing Sunglasses, which I feel like is a little misnomer in there. I don't think they're that young. That film, that 1999...
Almost Famous.
Incorrect. That 1999 film was The Matrix.
oh
Young people, sunglasses. They're not that
man.
young.
I don't like
I
this.
said Men in Black, but couldn't think of Matrix.
Yeah.
So close.
Okay, we'll do one more of these and we'll move on.
Please.
What 19...
I like these.
I don't like
I
this.
just suck at them.
Brent loves this game. He
Brent,
plays
of
this
course,
very well.
he's
Or he says
alternate
he
brain.
plays it. Yeah. 1989. What 1989 film was released in Germany with the title My Partner with a Cold Snout?
I Married an Axe Murderer.
Incorrect.
My partner.
Silence of the
Cold
Lambs.
snout.
My Partner with
89.
a Cold Snout. 1989, released in Germany. The title My Partner with a Cold Snout.
Babe.
Incorrect.
Gordy.
Incorrect.
Those are good
Silence of the
guesses.
Lambs.
Incorrect. You guys are going to be upset when you find out what
Cold
this movie
Snout.
is.
Fievel Goes West.
It's right there. No.
Beethoven.
Incorrect.
Cujo.
Incorrect. You guys are on the right track now, though.
Lassie.
Incorrect.
Rin Tin Tin.
Benji Goes Home.
Incorrect. Any last guesses?
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Incorrect.
Um,
That 1989 film was K9.
Oh,
My
wow.
Partner with the Cold Snout. The cop. Dog is a partner. All right, guys.
Is that a Jim Belushi movie?
it Tom Hanks?
No,
I've
that's
seen
Tom
that.
Hanks movie. No, that Turner and Hooch is the Tom Hanks movie. You're right. It is John Belushi, not John Belushi.
Jim Belushi?
Jim Belushi. Imagine John Belushi in that movie, though. I would have seen that.
He'd have the cold snap.
All right, we are crashing and burning in meetings and failures of meetings, so we're going to move on.
Yes,
The
please.
score is still Craig 10, Lee 9, Will 8.
This game is called Soundtrack Blues.
This game is Soundtrack Blues. I'll be listing 3 songs that either performed or featured within a film, and you'll have to guess which film soundtrack the 3 songs come from. We've had some problems with the rules of this game, so I've not officially changed so you can shout out the answer whenever you know it. Will, do you want a film from 1995 or 2018?
2018.
2018. Here is the soundtrack for a film from 2018. Over the Rainbow, performed by the cast. At Last, performed by Etta James. Shallow, performed by the cast.
La La
Oh,
Land.
no.
Correct.
That's a. What is the name of
Craig,
the
you
movie?
got it. Come on, Craig.
What
What
was the
is
song
that?
again?
Come on, Craig.
Star is Born.
Yeah,
correct.
it's that terrible
Craig's
movie.
point.
Oh.
It's the Shadow song.
Shallow,
that gave it
yeah.
away. Shallow.
The Shadow. It's a different movie.
Alec Baldwin, 1993.
Right.
Lee, do you want a film from 1995 or 2003?
1993.
That's not a year I said. 1995 or 2003.
Caught with Nate.
All right,
here.
Nate. Yeah.
What was the 90s one?
1995.
1995.
Third time's charm.
Wow.
Actually, now that I say that, I think that I might have the wrong year for that one because I remember this from 1996. So it's 95, 96. Okay.
Oh, the tables are turned.
Yeah. Here are 3 songs from a film that might be from 1995 or it might be from 1996. I don't know. I think you guys are gonna get this pretty quick though. School's Out, performed by Alice Cooper.
Dazed and Confused.
The Faculty.
Incorrect. Youth of America, performed by Bird Brain. Red Right Hand, performed by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds.
Kids.
Incorrect.
Faculty.
Incorrect. You already said that.
I know, but you didn't say it wasn't wrong.
Incorrect. Incorrect.
It was wrong.
Faculty is incorrect.
Say the songs again, please.
School's Out, performed by Alice Cooper. Youth of America,
Wayne's
performed by
World.
Bird Brain. Incorrect. Red Right Hand, performed by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Maybe
96.
I'm the only person that knows that song that well. It's also the theme song for Peaky Blinders.
Oh, really?
Red right hand.
Man, I drawn a blank there.
Yeah.
That film is
Scream.
Scream's correct.
Boom.
I was just about
Well
to say
done.
it too.
If you hadn't
job.
said the lyrics to it, I'd be like, oh, I remember that. Because there's like the dong.
Yeah.
Not a dong, like
Yeah.
you hit the bell.
There's that device.
Craig, do you want a film from 1995 or 2003?
95.
1995. The soundtrack for a 1995 film is Bad Days, performed by the Flaming Lips. Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me, performed by U2. Kiss from a Rose, performed by Seal.
Pearl Harbor.
Batman.
I need a full title.
Batman Forever.
That's correct. Lee gets a point.
Can't think. Anytime I hear "Kiss from a Rose on the Grave," I just think, "Ooh!" And then Batman nipples.
I will give you.
That's bat nipples, right?
Yes, that is Bad Nipples. I will give you 1 point if you can at least do a little bit of a rendition of Kiss from a Rose.
Na 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 na.
Okay. Gets a point. That's enough.
Damn it, you killed it right from the
I
start.
give you the chorus.
You
gotta sing it, not the
Rose
backtrack.
on the grave.
Lee gets a
I think
point.
it's just
Stop,
Nicole
stop, stop,
Kidman.
stop.
Craig's
Lee
gonna
gets a
check
point.
out here pretty
Lee
soon.
gets another point.
Bat nipples.
All right, Will, do you want a film from 2003 or 2004?
Let's go with 2003.
2003. Here's the soundtrack from a film from 2003. Substitute, performed by The Who. Back in Black, performed by AC/DC. Immigrant Song, performed by Led Zeppelin.
Megamind.
Incorrect.
Grind.
Incorrect. Good. Wow. You're really reaching your bag
Wow.
to call out Grind, starring Bam Margera, who I believe is missing.
co-star.
Maybe he's not missing anymore. Substitute, performed by The Who. Back in Black, performed by AC/DC. Immigrant Song, performed by Led Zeppelin.
You said it's 2003.
2003.
I was going to say Thor Ragnarok, but that was not it.
So it's the other movie that features Immigrant Song.
Yeah.
No
Guardians
guesses?
of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the
Detroit Rock
Galaxy.
City?
Detroit Rock City is incorrect. That film was School of Rock. Starring
School of
Jack
Rock.
Black. All right, we got one more of these, and I'll just say it. 2004. Here's a soundtrack: Magic Carpet Ride, performed by Steppenwolf. Freedom Isn't Free, performed by Trey Parker. America Fuck Yeah, performed by Trey Parker.
Team America.
Team
World
America,
Police.
roll please.
Lee gets the point.
Dang it!
Team America World Peace.
Dang it!
All right, that was a fun round.
I wish that song was in more movies, though.
It's not, is it?
It was a good category for Lee. I don't like that.
Damn, boy.
Didn't like the soundtrack.
Yeah, Lee took away.
This game is called by any other name.
This game is by any other name, one that you will all hate.
Sweet.
For this game, I will be detailing an entire plot to you, and you will have to guess which film I'm describing. Sounds easy, right? Well, not quite, guys. I will transpose the character's name with a different character that the actor has also portrayed. So if I was trying to describe The Prestige, I could say Batman and Wolverine battle as professional rivals with the help of Ziggy Stardust and Gollum.
Wow.
Yeah. So you guys aren't going to get your points here, but we'll try it.
Okay.
Lee, do you want a film from 1989 or 2004?
We'll do 1989.
Okay, and you guys can all yell out as soon as you know it. 1989. When Jim Malone suddenly goes missing, it's up to his son Han Solo and his friend Gimli to find him before the Nazis recover the power of eternal life.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Incorrect.
Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
You got the wrong one.
The Last Crusade.
I need a full title.
Indiana
Raiders
Jones and
of
Last
the Last
Crusade.
Lee gets the point.
What?
Lee is very proud of himself.
Sorry.
That's awesome.
Turn this table over.
Craig, you get another chance here. 2004 or 1980?
80.
1980. All right, here we go. Frank Costello moves his family across the country for a new job, but succumbs to alcoholism.
Frank Costello.
Frank Costello moves his family across the country for a new job, but succumbs to alcoholism.
I want to say Casper, but that's not
All right, I'll say it a different way. The Joker moves his family across the country for a new job, but succumbs to alcoholism.
Is this the lieutenant?
No,
Oh, it's The Shining.
The Shining's correct. Craig's point.
Nice.
Frank Costello. What was his name?
That's The Departed.
Yeah.
Ah,
Jack Nicholson. Yep.
I knew it was Jack Nicholson, but I could not figure out the movie.
Will, do you want a film from 2004 or 1971?
70. Just kidding. 2004.
2004. Honestly,
Greg was so excited.
I think you should have gone for 1971.
man,
Well,
too bad.
71 it is.
No. The film is 2004. The film is from 2004. The romance between Regina George and Neil Armstrong is told over 60 years.
The Notebook.
That's correct. Will gets a point.
Wow. It's
Pays
another
a lot.
movie I haven't seen.
Okay, Lee, do you want a film from 1971 or 1988?
1971.
1971. Frederick Frankenstein lures various children to their doom in order to find an heir.
Goonies.
Incorrect.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Will.
Willy Wonka.
That wasn't a rule.
Willy Wonka.
Oh man, that Lou. Ooh, I'm
Willy
gonna
Wonka
I'll
and the
give you
Chocolate-
that. This
There
time.
wasn't a rule. in this game.
I should have said at the very beginning. Anyone that says the word Goonies, even if it is the correct answer to the question I'm guessing, loses all their points immediately.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory is correct. He gets a point. Man, Will, I really want to
What's up
strip
with
you
the
of all your
Goonies?
points. There.
Oh, that's rude.
We don't
That's
say
rude.
we don't say Goonies on this show.
It's
we
a
don't
G
say
word
it.
apparently. That you
Yeah,
can't say.
a whole thing happened over. Yeah, I'm not even gonna get into it, but don't say Goonies on Filmwar.
Good to know.
Craig, do you want to film
Struck a
from
chord there.
Craig? Do you want to film from 1988 or 1986?
88.
Okay, here is a film from 1988. Serial killer Doc Cochran terrorized a single mother and her son.
Halloween.
Incorrect. I think, Craig, you're the only person here that might even understand this one.
Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Incorrect. Vallee's just going to keep throwing out movies,
Right.
so you better get it quick. Serial killer Doc Cochran terrorizes a single mother and her son. I know fellow contestant Nate is at home beating his head against the wall right now. No guesses? Keep saying horror movies from the 80s, guys.
88. Friday the 13th.
It's incorrect. That film was
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Child's Play.
Child's Play.
Child's Play.
Oh,
Doc Cochran
yeah.
is from Deadwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who?
Brad Dourif plays the voice of Chucky in Child's Play.
Oh, that's
Didn't know
pulling
that.
it out of.
Okay, this is the last one. From 1986, Clifford Daniels, Bobby Bowfinger, and Clark Griswold accept acting roles. But
Three Amigos.
That's
Fetch.
correct. Craig gets a point. That film was Three Amigos. All right, coming out of By Any Other Name, which went better than I expected it to, honestly, guys.
We got almost all of them.
Yeah, yeah. Lee has 15. Craig has 13. Will has 9.
Got a point.
It's like when you're doing Mario Kart, everybody gets the good shit that can knock you out.
This game is called sequeling.
This game is called sequeling. I'll be giving you each a film, and you will plot out what a sequel would look like. You have to carry something from the original to the sequel, whether it be the cast, plot, setting, etc. This is a creative game. Okay, who'd like to go first?
I'll go
Will.
first.
Will, your film that you need to make a sequel to is The Social Network.
Okay. Never saw that, but it's the
You've
Facebook
never seen The Social
movie.
Network? Yeah, it's
No.
a Facebook movie.
And
Yeah.
didn't who made it? It was
David
Fincher.
Yeah, Fincher made it. Yeah.
So if Fincher made it, it would have to be a sequel featuring Vlad from Robin Hood, and it's transferred into Wall Street Bets. And yeah, I don't even know where I would go with it. David Fincher, someone's got to die.
I don't think anybody dies in The Social Network.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we all do. America dies.
So pull a Tarantino and kill Zuckerberg if you want.
No. Zuckerberg kills Vlad and then takes over Robin Hood.
Who is Vlad? I'm not.
He's the guy that owns Robin Hood.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I'm in film mode, so I heard Robin Hood, and I immediately went to the Disney animated movie.
Oh shit!
Vlad, man, he's pulled out some deep references from that
I
Disney
was
movie.
just trying to think of young people that are taking over the world.
Wow.
So your sequel to Social Network has nothing to do with Facebook at all. It's just moving on to a
No,
different-
Mark Zuckerberg is
Mark
just like
Zuckerberg isn't-
expanding his Facebook empire.
And he's buying Robin Hood.
Correct. No, he's killing.
He's
Vlad.
killing him and then taking him
Yeah,
over.
he's-
So it's like a hostile take,
Yeah,
real
yeah.
hostile takeover.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I don't need a point.
If you give me an interesting cast, you may still get points.
Yeah, I really have nobody.
Okay. All right. Right on. Craig, your film is Office Space.
Well,
What would a sequel
obviously,
to Office Space look like?
what's Stephen Root's character's name again? Was Milton?
Yeah.
Obviously, he becomes president of the company.
Okay. Perfect.
And they probably have no computers in the building at all. And it's all driven by paper.
Okay.
So it's kind of like an office space mixed with office space.
So it's called The Office
Yeah.
Space.
The office, period, space, period.
Okay. What's the main like driving plot of the movie? Like, what's the conflict? Someone wants computers back.
No, he's running out of staples.
He's running out of staples.
Yeah.
All that paper.
Yeah, a lot of paper to staple.
Do you have some sort of staple salesman you could cast or something like that?
Yeah, it'd probably be that Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Does Ron Livingston or anyone else from the first movie come back? Jennifer Aniston in it or anything like that?
Jennifer Aniston can be in anything she wants.
Okay. What does she play? So she plays the same character in this movie, I assume.
Yeah. She's got 3 kids now. And,
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
It's not like her twin sister.
No, it's not Reese Witherspoon
Okay.
from Friends.
Okay, so she's got kids, and does she work under Milton at this office?
No, she just works next door.
So she's still at the restaurant.
She's like a love interest for Milton.
She just moved on from the. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Lee, are you ready for the film you need to make a sequel to?
Sure, let's
You're not gonna like
let's
this.
crack it.
Your film is Kids.
Kids. Okay. All right. Well, I kind of do like the challenge.
Okay.
So all the kids got AIDS and they died.
So
And
this is the kids.
like Kids, the movie from
Right,
New York
right,
City,
right.
directed
Okay,
by
yeah.
like Larry Clark. And
Yep.
okay, I just want to make sure
Yeah,
Harmony
no, you're
Korine-
absolutely correct. Yeah. Okay. So
So we've gone however many years.
the virus has just spread through that entire friendship group. They're all gone now.
Well, yeah, all of them.
They're all gone.
Well, let's say most of them are gone, and they now have grown up a little bit, and now like Rosario Dawson,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
She
made
has
it.
she made it,
survived. Yeah.
and
Their
they're
T
living
cells are good.
they're living in New York City, and there's remnants, like you have like Harold Hunter Memorial next to the pool.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The banner goes over his crotch at the pool. But now instead of AIDS, it's monkeypox.
Monkeypox.
They've got past
Terrorizing,
AIDS,
yeah.
they've got past COVID, but because for the first one, AIDS is like, a sexually transmitted thing. Monkeypox is sexually transmitted.
Okay. Right.
So now it's just teenagers
We're,
on
giving-
Snapchat.
We're giving out disinfo on this show.
They're films create their own realities.
Right, okay, yeah, of course.
So-
I just want to reiterate that in the real world, monkeypox, you don't have to have sex to get it. You can just.
I
you
saw
probably will if you
I
have
saw
sex with
somewhere
Yeah, if you put that device where you're not supposed to.
so then now it becomes like, okay, then it was like a bunch of horny kids trying to have sex with each other. Now these younger kids have like Snapchat and TikTok and OnlyFans, because they're going to be young kids. This is messed up, okay? Because it's kids.
Wow.
These are going to be young kids that lie about how old they are to be on OnlyFans to make money.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
man.
And then
that's not
that's
bad.
in line with Larry Clark
Yeah,
and Harmony
it's very-
Korine.
Yeah, very much.
And
so.
then there's going to be they're going to watch skateboard videos. They watch the new Primitive one. Well, what's the drug? What's a new drug?
Spice.
They're smoking
is a new-
potpourri or something like that. That K2 stuff,
Oh my God.
and they all have. But it's in a
That was like 10 years ago. Nobody smokes K2
Right. I mean, I said
anymore.
spice. Spice is the same, same thing.
they're going to be doing salvia mixed in a bag that they're spraying.
Lee
Lee
spray
knows his
paint.
drugs.
They're
And,
bringing salvia
I'm
back.
just trying to think of, and you got to have a professional skateboarder in there. Let's do, I don't know. Let's do Bam Margera. It seems
Bam
fitting
Margera.
for right now.
Does he even still count as a professional
Bam
skateboarder?
Margera, if you're listening to this podcast, please don't do anything else. Just go home.
Is this a PG movie or?
No, this is not.
Okay.
Have you ever
Just
seen
checking.
Kids?
Yes, I
Yeah,
have.
okay.
Okay.
Yes, it's definitely
And
R-rated.
it ends with a kid who has monkeypox using a gosh. You're gonna
How
make me
long
say
is this
stuff.
podcast?
Anyway, you're gonna have to
We're wrapping up.
edit. You're gonna have to edit this down.
Right.
They use. I'm not gonna say what it is, but they're gonna use something of Rosario Dawson's to then transmit monkeypox to Rosario Dawson,
Okay.
like a toothbrush or something.
What's the title of the film?
Stay away from the theaters.
Let's see.
Do not watch this movie.
Kids. Let's see. Kids.
Aren't all
no
right.
more. Yeah, kids aren't all right. Thank you, Craig.
You're welcome.
Okay. Did you have a title for your film, Will? This is your last
The
chance. to get a
Great
point.
Disconnect.
The Great Disconnect. All right, Well, I'm going to give you a point to bump you up to
That's
10.
too kind of
Craig, I'm going to give you 2 points, bump you up to 14. Lee, I'm going to give you
-4.
No, I'm going to give you 3 points.
Wow.
I liked his better than anybody else's.
What?
Yeah, yours was
Much more in depth.
and creepy.
You actually went into it. It felt like a spiritual sequel to Kids.
Thank you. I tried to give it best homage I could.
This game is called Dreamcast.
This is Dreamcast. I'm going to name an intellectual property or a historical event, and our contestants will each cast the 5 roles listed with any actor living or dead.
Got it.
Each role where I choose your actor over the others will give you 1 point.
Got it.
The property we're going to be discussing today is Little Shop of Horrors. And the roles we have are Seymour, Audrey, the dentist, the voice of Audrey 2, and Mr. Mushnick, the owner of the store. Craig, who would you cast as Seymour?
Oh boy, Seymour. Is this the musical? I mean, they're going to do the.
Yeah, I think they're all musicals, right? Yeah, even the movie has they sing songs. So yeah, they will be singing.
Seymour would be played by a young Henry Fonda.
Henry Fonda. Good choice. Lee, what do you say?
Seymour is the playing correct.
No, Seymour is Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Good choice. And Will, who do you think for Seymour?
Have
you seen Little Shop of Horrors?
I have not, so I'm
Oh,
at a
wow.
disadvantage
Okay.
here. Based on,
He's kind of nerdy, dorky.
let's go with Steve Carell.
Steve Carell.
Can't get better than Rick Moranis, though, really.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick Moranis was born to play that role. All right, Lee, Audrey, the love interest.
I said Tom Holland, but I don't want to say. I'm not going to pick Zendaya.
I would compliment Tom Holland, though. No?
Heather Graham.
Heather Graham.
Wow, Buggy Nights reference from way before.
Will, who do you think should play Audrey?
And she's the love interest,
love
so
interest.
that doesn't mean she's interested in him? Or
Yeah, that's kind of how the movie goes. She's not really interested with him. Until the end, obviously.
let's go with...
I have the winner, by the way, so whatever you say is wrong.
so how about you first?
No. Will goes first.
Yeah. Love interest. She's younger or older?
She's about the same age, I'd say.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want.
I know. I'm
This is
just
your
trying
movie.
to think how
You're
I
the
would
producer
cast
here.
it. This movie, I don't know. Let's just say Margot Robbie.
She comes up a lot on this show.
She hasn't been mentioned yet, so I figured
Yeah.
I'd be the one to do it.
And Craig, who is the Audrey to your Henry Fonda Seymour?
Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe.
I thought he was going to say Cloris Leachman.
Although, not a bad choice.
Okay, Will, who I know you haven't seen this movie, so this is going to be interesting. So
It's okay.
There's a dentist in the original who's
Yeah.
played by Steve Martin, who's kind of a prick.
Okay.
He does really shitty things to Audrey.
He
and
loves
hates
giving
Audrey.
out pain.
Yes.
Loves giving out.
He says lines like, "I'm gonna want some gas for this."
How about Anthony Hopkins?
Anthony Hopkins.
Nice.
That'd be
Younger
an
or
awful
older Anthony
dentist.
Hopkins?
Probably the somewhere in
Silence
the
of
middle. Yeah.
Right. Lee, what do you think for the dentist?
I think this is also a role he played in Seinfeld as a dentist. I'm going to say Bryan Cranston.
Yeah. Good choice. Craig, what do you think for the dentist?
Since I just saw an interview with him, he's in fresh in my brain. I'm going to say Warner Herzog.
Werner Herzog.
I need more guys.
He
in
would
there.
be perfect for that. Damn kid's got a hand cannon. All right. So, Craig, Audrey 2, the voice of Audrey 2, the voice of the plant.
Oh, the plant.
Yeah.
Carol Kane.
Carol Kane.
And it's got to be a girl playing, or does it
No,
matter?
it can be anyone. I think it's played by a man in the original.
Interesting.
Will, you're next.
Willie Nelson, if it's a plant.
Willie Nelson.
Nice.
I have the best answer.
All right, Lee. Now
Okay.
it's your time to shine.
Jack Black.
Jack Black.
That's not the best answer.
Have you seen Tenacious D?
I
D?
I have.
Okay, and you know what? Instead
love
of Mr. Mushnick, who is the shop owner in the original, let's do a cameo. Who would cameo in this film? Craig, you go first.
Ooh. Just a random cameo.
Yeah, so like Jim Belushi's in it for like a second in the original.
Probably a guy like Jim Carrey would be in it.
Jim Carrey. Big guns. Lee, what do you think?
Go to Will, not ready.
Will.
The cameo all-star Stan Lee.
Stan Lee.
Oh, yeah.
Just for no reason. And it'll be right next to Hitchcock because they both
Right.
All right, so what do you think Stan Lee's doing in this movie? What is his cameo?
Is he dead or alive?
Hey, he's alive. He's gonna be in the movie.
He's worm food for the
Well,
plant.
I mean, they've put him in movies after he's died.
Right, that's true. All right, well, I mean, it's your film, so let's just say alive. What is he doing in this movie?
He's waiting in the dentist office.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's on this like an infomercial or something in the dentist office.
So in the original movie, that's Bill Murray. Bill Murray is the guy in the dentist chair when he's working on it. Craig, what is Jim Carrey doing in this movie? Same thing.
I do like that scene. That's a
Yeah,
very good
it's a good
scene.
scene.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Lee, who's your cameo?
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder.
Ooh,
Good one.
Choice. And what's he going to do?
Looking for Richard Pryor.
Just that's it. People ask, like, what are you doing here, sir? I'm looking for Richard Pryor.
I don't remember that plot point, but
I pretty much have to take every single one of these points to be
Yes,
contending.
and unfortunately, you haven't. So here are your guys' cast. Craig had Henry Fonda as Seymour, Marilyn Monroe as Audrey, Werner Herzog as the dentist, Carol Kane as Audrey 2, and Jim Carrey as the cameo. Lee had Tom Holland as Seymour, Heather Graham as Audrey, Bryan Cranston as the dentist, Jack Black as Audrey 2, and Gene Wilder as the cameo. Will had Steve Carell as Seymour, Margot Robbie as Audrey, Anthony Hopkins as the dentist, Willie Nelson as the voice of Audrey 2, and Stan Lee as his cameo. For Seymour, I'm going to choose Tom Holland. There's a point for Lee. I think that's, if they made that today, he'd be cast that, I feel. For Audrey, I'm going to go Marilyn Monroe. It's a good, inspired choice, Craig.
thank you. I'm old.
Yeah. For the dentist, I'm also going to go your way, Werner Herzog. That's,
Yeah.
you pulled that one out of your ass.
That's
Good
funny.
job.
Thank you.
For Audrey 2, I'm going to go Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson, because I imagine if they didn't remake Little Shop of Horrors, it would be a weed plant. For
Yeah,
sure.
why wouldn't
Right?
you?
Yeah. And for the cameo, I'm going to go Gene Wilder. Lee's. I'm Gene Wilder fan. Anyone says the name Gene Wilder to me, I'm going to pick it.
And I know what the answer for the next question is.
Okay, let's play again. So the cast for Little Shop of Horrors is Tom Holland as Seymour, Marilyn Monroe as Audrey, Werner Herzog as the dentist, Willie Nelson as the voice of Audrey 2, and Gene Wilder cameos. We're going to do one more. We're going to make this fast. Die Hard. We've got John McClane, Hans Gruber, Holly Gennaro, Sergeant Powell, and Thornburg, who plays the reporter. Okay. Will, to walk me through it, who's John McClane in your Die Hard?
Oh gosh, dang it. Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, he's who I'd want MacGruber to be. Hold on, let me switch. I need my main guy.
Okay, Craig, you got one?
I would say, man, that's a hard one because he was
You got
pretty
one?
perfect.
Lee, what's yours?
The Rock.
The Rock.
Dwayne
John
The Rock
McClane.
Johnson.
Okay.
I go with Chris Pratt.
Say Tom Cruise.
Okay, Will, Hans Gruber, the villain. Originally played by
Schwarzenegger.
Alan Rickman Arnold. Okay. Lee.
The guy who was in Mr. Robot.
Will Smith.
No, Ryan. He played Freddie Mercury.
Oh, Rami Malek?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
That's
that would actually be an interesting villain, I bet.
And Craig,
Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons, choice, who plays Hans Gruber's brother in number 3.
He does?
Yeah, he
I haven't
plays
seen that
Simon
one.
Gruber.
Oh, well, there you go.
Okay, Will, Holly Gennaro, which is his ex-wife. He
Um,
goes to visit in the office.
And I've got Chris Pratt, so let's go with someone that would pair well with him. Ex-wife. It's got to be Emma Stone.
Emma Stone. Lee, what do you think?
Lizzo.
Lizzo. Craig, who do you think?
Boy. Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton.
It's
Tom
like Dolly
Cruise
Parton.
and Dolly Parton. Okay.
Well, they were both younger then.
We're okay, yeah. Sergeant Powell, Will, who's played by what is his name? Does anybody know his name?
Yeah. Carl. Well, it's Carl on Family Matters.
Carl from Family Matters.
And also, he's the cop in Ghostbusters.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, when they
Is
go,
he?
Ghostbusters, the mayor wants to see you.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Sergeant Powell.
So
Let's
the
go.
cop that originally is talking to John McClane the whole time. You guys have answers ready to go?
Yeah.
Craig, who's your answer?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Sam Jackson. Lee, what do you think?
That's a good one.
Well, my instinct is to make him black, and so I'm thinking like the Donald Glover popped in my head.
Yeah.
Wait, Childish Gambino.
Yeah, that's the same guy.
Yeah,
Same guy.
That's what I make sure. Okay, yeah.
Morgan Freeman when he was young.
Morgan Freeman. Craig Thornburg, who plays the reporter, who's on the.
Michael Cera.
You've got a wild movie here, Craig.
I'm gonna go Christian Slater.
Christian Slater and Will.
And this is the reporter you said?
Yes. Yep. Red-haired reporter. Also in Ghostbusters.
Yes.
He plays the
mayor's assistant.
EPA?
Not the mayor's assistant. He's the
EPA guy.
Yeah, EPA guy. Yep.
He's in Biodome too.
Yes, he is. Biodome. I love that movie. I can't believe I just said I love Biodome on a podcast. Christ.
You did. Said it out loud. You said Michael Cera, right?
Yes.
It's not a bad answer.
None of mine are bad. Will.
Yes, good to know. Reporter. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. Carrot Top.
Carrot Top.
Wow.
Good answer.
All that
Trying to think
time.
of red hairs, like actors. I couldn't think of any, so that's the only person I could think
A
of.
long time to come up with Carrot Top.
So Will's cast for Die Hard was Chris Pratt as John McClane, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Hans Gruber, Emma Stone as Holly Gennaro, Morgan Freeman as Sergeant Powell, and Carrot Top as Thornburg. Lee had The Rock as McClane, Rami Malek as Hans Gruber, Lizzo as Holly Gennaro, Donald Glover as Sergeant Powell, and Christian Slater as Thornburg. And Craig had Tom Cruise as John McClane, Jeremy Irons as Hans Gruber, Dolly Parton as Holly Gennaro, Sam Jackson as Sergeant Powell, and Michael Cera as Thornburg. For John McClane, I'm going to choose Chris Pratt. I like him better than the other two choices.
Nice.
For Hans Gruber, I'm going to choose Rami Malek.
He's a bad guy in James Bond.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a good one. For Holly Gennaro, I'm going to take Dolly Parton, which is a point for Craig. For Sergeant Powell, I'm going to take Donald Glover just because I'm a fucking huge Donald Glover fan.
Yeah, he's a
Man.
badass.
Yeah.
Are you
Well,
just
we're
kissing
great.
up to get these points? I don't understand. Gene
I'm in it to
Wilder
win it.
and then
He's been following my
I'm in it to
likes
win
and
it.
dislikes.
Jeez.
Yeah. And for Thornburg, I'm going to take Carrot Top because that'd be silly as hell and I love it.
Why not?
Look, it's another point. So our cast for Die Hard would be Chris Pratt as John McClane, Rami Malek as Hans Gruber, Dolly Parton as Holly Gennaro, Donald Glover as Sergeant Powell, and Carrot Top as Thornburg. We have a winner with a score of 21 points. All hail Lee.
Woo! Good job, Lee.
Awesome. I want to thank the three people sitting here. I look forward to having that. I get the Tom Hanks Forrest Gump.
do. Yes, you do. Lee had 21 points. Craig had 18. Will had 14. So it was still a pretty close game all the way through the end.
One game.
That's all for Filmwar. We have a new champion, All Hell Lee. They are taking home a VHS copy of Forrest Gump. Follow us on Twitter. Here's your film. Follow us on Twitter and Snapchat at The Filmwar, on Instagram at The Filmwar Pod, and on our subreddit at r/Filmwar. If you have a new game idea, we'd love to hear it. Send it our way.
Congratulations, Lee, I guess.
Yeah.
Anytime you guys
Well
want to
done,
watch
Lee.
Tom Hanks, I keep saying Tom Hanks Forrest Gump because it's in big letters. Anytime you guys want to watch Forrest Gump with me, I do have a
That's the full title,
VCR.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump.
Yeah, so we can do that. So
All right, we'll
I
see
don't
you
have
next
VCR.
week. Till then, Godspeed.
Filmwar.
A 1,000-yard stare production.